here I am again at Spanish Bottom. It is overcast today. It's about 80 degrees, very nice. Just got dropped off by Tex. And it is 10 till 10. So my goal today is to hike out of here, then hike through the Dollhouse and get all the way over to the South Fork of Horse Canyon. I think about 10 miles today total, but it's very nice weather. It's overcast, not too hot. Okay, I think we're about halfway up. The boat is still down picking up some paddlers, and I'm pretty tired already, but I'm gonna keep going. It's really pretty this morning. Weather is perfect, I think. I don't know if I'm gonna get rain today or not, but it looks like it's a distinct possibility. I don't really know what the water situation is in the South Fork. To be safe, I'm having to carry 2 days worth of water. Bringing water up the sill is killing me. Still have this last little rocky section to go, and I'll be out. Here we go. This is the Dollhouse. You can see over into the fins across the way. Down there's the river. You can see LaSalle Mountains, Moab over there, the Needles. You can see it's a little cloudy. Probably get a little bit of rain. I came right through this crack here. If you're going to go to Water Canyon, that's the way you go. Towards the Colorado Green River overlook. There's a bighorn sheep right there on that rock. Get my camera out. Most of the rest of my hiking today is on the road. That's Junction Butte, Chimney Rock, Ecker Butte, Chocolate Drops, Laterite Butte. All of this in here is Horse Canyon, the maze. The canyon I'm going to come up is on the other side of the Chocolate Drops. It's called the South Fork, and it runs along that wall. It comes out down this way. This is Lizard Rock here. I'm kind of at the west end of it. South into the fens. I see some potholes full of water down there. There's one there. A couple over here. Looks like we're going to ledge down. I see that cairn and I see another one down there. This looks like I'm going to drop down into this drainage. Looks like I need to shimmy down to these rocks. And there's a cairn. There's a pile over there. Looks like I go around on this next ledge down. I gotta scoot on my butt down to get on these rocks. And I'm almost to the bottom. I've seen a lot of potholes with water and a lot of spots that look really wet, like back here. It is 6:10 and I am in the bottom of the canyon. Now, I don't know if I'm all the way in the bottom or if I gotta navigate another pour off or something, but I dropped down a long way. So I'm gonna assume I'm in the bottom. This pour off is pretty interesting. Looks like I could use a tree to get down in there. But this is the spring here. Maybe better water. And I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. Like crap. All right. Well, good morning. It's about 7 o'clock. I am just still in the tent. There's a lot of bugs outside. I got into camp last night about 7:30. It was still light, but just barely. I put up the tent in the dark. Yesterday was a really long day. I hiked 14 and a half miles. Some of it was, due to backtracking. But I was walking for 14 and a half miles. I think that the way that I came into the canyon, I'm not going to go out. Because I think if I try to carry enough water to get back to my campsite Friday night is going to be about 12-mile hike. So I need to think about that some more. I may change my route and go out the Pictograph Fork like I did last time. And I just have to gamble that there's water there. There seems to be a lot of water in this canyon. A bunch of the potholes and stuff had water, so I think there's a probability that there's water in the next arm over in Pictograph Fork, but I don't know. And I didn't get an update from the ranger. I still have about 2 liters of water left over from coming in, so that was my plan. If I didn't find water here, to still have some water to get to the bottom of the maze overlook. So I think I'm in good shape. I can go filter some water, replenish my supplies, and then kind of reset. Okay, this is camp. Got a bee flying around me. I just camped here on the slick rock. The wind was coming from this direction last night, so I just tried to aim the tent into the wind. It's not staked down at all. I'm gonna walk over to the spring. There's a pretty big drop to get off this bench where I'm at. Down to where the spring is. You can see water over there. And then all this. See if I can safely get down here. There's a lot of water. This is the way that I came around that way. Okay, let's do a little bit of map work. So I got the map oriented. Spring is here, and spring is just right over there. So, so yesterday I started at Spanish Bottom, climbed up this, walked through the Dollhouse, and got on this 4-wheel drive road, and walked up to Chimney Rock. Then, in here somewhere, I lost the windscreen to my GoPro, somewhere in this area, and I backtracked, and so I backtracked about a mile or so, and I was not able to find it, so I'm going to look again on my way out, mostly because I don't know litter, but so I did some backtracking here, and then I walked out to the plug, and I ended up walking out to about here on the Chocolate Drops trail, thinking that I was here, and then I realized, as soon as I got close to these, I realized I had gone the wrong direction. So I backtracked that, and then came down. This section through here was really kind of hairy. You kind of skirt along these ledges and kind of drop and drop, and there's a bunch of places where, like I said earlier, if you're by yourself and carrying a backpack, it can be a little difficult. And so I made it to here, to the spring. This little outcropping here is this red bench there. And today is going to be kind of a slow day for me, but I think I'm going to break camp and I'm going to hike up here. So Wednesday night, I'll camp somewhere around the maze overlook, and then Thursday I'll get up and I'll hike down Pictograph Fork past the harvest scene, and I'll camp somewhere near this spring on Thursday night. Now I don't know the water situation here yet, but I'm assuming since there's so much water up in this canyon that there's no reason
to believe that this one would be any different. And I think based on how much water I see on this part of the hike today, will kind of help me. So I'll camp somewhere up here tonight, Wednesday night, then I'll camp here Thursday night, and then on Friday morning I'll get up and hike out this route, and then I have a place to camp somewhere over here that is about a mile away from the Dollhouse. I can walk up a drainage to get there. I've camped there before. And then Saturday morning I'll get up and just hike back down to Spanish Bottom and be there by 10. It's raining just a little bit, very lightly, feels good. You can hear the rain.
All right, well, I'm all packed up. Got all my stuff in the pack. And I decided I'm going to head down this canyon, head down that way towards the Maze Overlook. And I'm going to camp somewhere in the South Fork Horse Canyon, but close to the Maze Overlook spring. And so I don't have to carry a lot of water today.
Okay, I'm going to head down to where the spring is. This is the trail. You can see it's super brushy. I guess the spring has been here for some time. Come on. Hoodies. Serious bushwhacking. I'm gonna put my sunglasses on. Okay. There's little frogs. Toads, I guess. I can hear water over here. This water here looks clear, so I think I'm going to filter maybe 2 liters. I think that this is probably a permanent source of water, I would guess, unless it gets really, really dry. Very cool.
Pretty cool spot. All right, I'm going to take my pack off and get some water going.
good water. It's very cold and it tastes delicious. All right, that's the way I came from. And as you can see, there's another canyon that goes up this way. I think you could come stay in this canyon for like 2 weeks and just explore Horse Canyon. Like, there's so much to see here. It's nice and cool this morning. And it's quiet, except for an occasional airplane. See, like, there's like a old arch up there. It looks like it's collapsed. Here's another side canyon. I think I go to the right here. You can see one of the part of the formation of the Chocolate Drops Trail, like right there in the bottom of this saddle. That's a laterite butte right there. I know I have to hike to the other. I have to hike past it. That's really cool. The canyon has opened up a little bit. You can hear an airplane. They really stand out. It's so quiet. I'll just set up here. Cook up some ramen. I stopped for lunch here. What a pool of water here. Right by the chocolate drops. All right. Well, the sun is going down. I have pitched camp, got everything staked out, so if it's windy tonight, it will be quiet. My tent is properly pitched. The sun's starting to go down. Clouds are coming out. It's been sunny all day. Tomorrow should be a fun day. I'm gonna get up early and fill up with water, and I'm gonna hike to the spring in Pictograph Fork. I think it'll be maybe 6 or 7 miles only, but I'm gonna camp there tomorrow night, and then I'll climb out on Friday. So I'm just hanging out here, getting ready to cook dinner, and enjoying the evening. It's been real quiet. I saw 2 bighorn sheep up the other canyon. I saw 2 yesterday morning, 2, maybe 3. I'll have to look at the video. I'm having this corn chowder for dinner. It's from Packet Gourmet. Their meals are really good. This is the area that always has water. This little stretch right here. There's always a little bit of water here. I am going to see if I can get up out of here because I don't want to walk through this.
So I'm taking a little bit of a gamble because I don't know what the water situation is here, and can't find water up the canyon. I have to come back and just come back for water and fill up everything I have and then carry it back after I make camp. So I'm going to kind of keep my eyes open in this canyon to see what I see in terms of water. The other forks are more wet than I've ever seen it, so I'm not really worried. But definitely taking the gamble. I didn't get any water reports or anything in this canyon. Looks like I may get rain later on. So the weather is nice for hiking. Well, this is the harvest scene. You can see the main walls are down there. Continues up here. And then a bunch of kind of paintings and stuff that are spread out.
Not seeing a lot of water in this canyon. I just saw deer run through here. I think I scared it up. Looked like a doe, white tail. Wind's picking up. I found a little water seep back there that there were 2 or 3 really small pools, but I could come back and just hand dig it out a little bit and then get water there. So I'm feeling good about that. I found some water that won't require me going all the way back. Well, I just came up this canyon and I recognize this rock formation and the one behind it. I think the canyon I'm going up is straight ahead. And I'm almost to the spring. Or where the spring was last time. I have to admit I'm a little bit nervous to see what I'm going to find. I did find only one place along the way. It was about 1.5 miles back, maybe 2 miles back. It had 3 small pools that were on the surface. And if I need to, I can go back there, and it will be a slow filter, but I think I can get water there. So, just right up this canyon, maybe another 1/4 mile, and I should get to where the spring is. Fingers crossed. I don't know what I'm going to find. We'll see. Moment of truth. Okay, there's water there. Sweet. Okay, there's water there. And a little bit of water here. I'm going to take out of the other hole, I think. Yeah, last time I was here, the water was out to here. This whole thing was full of water. Either way, there's water there, but I think I'm going to filter out of that hole over there and see if I can find somewhere to stay out of the rain. Water's starting to run down. All right. There's an alcove up there that I think I can shelter in, but I need to get up on top of this bench here. All right, well, I'm just hanging out here under this alcove. It's been raining for about the last 2.5 hours, and everything's kind of wet and slick, including me. I'm very wet. I was trying to work my way around the ledge over to that alcove, but I found this place, and I think the rain is going to stop pretty soon. It looks like its sun is starting to come out and light things up. So I think I'm just going to hang out here, and then as soon as the rain stops, I'll head back down to the spring and fill up all my water. All right, well, the rain has let up and the sky seems to be clearing a little bit. So while there's a break, I'm going to go find a place to set up the tent. So if it continues to rain, I can just go get in the tent and stay dry. And go filter a bunch of water. So I still have about 2 liters of water left still. And the spring's just right around the corner, so I'm in good shape. I do want to change clothes and get into something dry and try and get out of the weather. So I'm going to go set the tent up and go from there. So here's where my camp is at. I'm up on this slick rock bench. I used all the rocks to stake the tent out. Hopefully it doesn't flap. I think this right here is where I'm going to fill. The water is completely clear. Like, it's not murky at all. So I bet you this water is delicious. You can see it seeping out of the ground in the back. Okay, map time. So last night I camped about here, just before the maze overlook. So I think I camped kind of where that blue dot is. And then I got up and broke camp this morning and hiked out. There was tons of water in this part of the canyon. Actually from in Horse Canyon, from this spring, which is the big one, all through here there was lots of water, pockets, pools, and then this was really wet through here, like the maze overlook. That spring, it was really brushy, and then as soon as I left that area, this was all dry. I didn't see any water in this canyon until in here somewhere, I think. It was kind of brushy, and there was 3 very small pools about the size of my hand that where there were water. And if you dug it out, I think I could have filtered there. But I kept going. I ended up hiking up this trail a little bit, just a very little bit, and then I realized I was going the wrong way and backtracked. When you're there, it definitely looks like this is the main route. That's the main canyon. So I had to backtrack and came down here. And then this is where I'm camped now at this spring. The amount of, there's not that much water here. There's about 25% of the amount of water as when I was here 3 years ago, or 2 years ago. So it's definitely dwindling. The water's clear and it's good, and it seems to be flowing very, very slightly, but I think as soon as it leaves the spring, it goes underground. because there was no water anywhere here. Anyway, so I'm camping here tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'll get up and I'm going to hike out towards the plug. I'm going to finish up the plug trail. It wasn't that hard of a day. A lot of it was walking in the sand, and then it rained all day. Like as soon as I was kind of at the Maze Overlook Spring, it started sprinkling lightly, and then it rained. It rained on me all day. Stopped raining about an hour ago. So yeah, so that's what I did today. It was kind of an easy hike, which is good. I saw a deer this morning. I didn't see any sheep. And then I heard some weird noise at the harvest scene. I have no idea what that was. There was like a tapping noise, and then it sounded like a moaning. But coming in, I was not following any fresh footprints, and there were no fresh footprints over here. So I don't know. It's kind of like a little natural amphitheater that, you know, can collect the sound, but I have no idea what it was. I went back to see if somebody was maybe in trouble or somebody needed help, but I couldn't find anybody. I just saw my own footprints. So I'm cooking up some dinner. I am going to make some mashed potatoes, and I sliced up some Spam, kind of like cubed it, and I'll throw that in there and stir it together at the end. Delicious. Here we go. Just get the water boiling. Throw the mashed potatoes in there. Throw the Spam in there. Dinner. All right. Well, it's Friday morning. I'm a little tired. I didn't sleep that good last night. I had a bunch of rain, and there were thunderstorms, a lot of lightning around here. A lot of lightning starting about 7:30 until about 9:30, and then it rained again sometime in the middle of the night. I didn't look to see what time it is. So it's really damp this morning. Sleeping was kind of interesting because my blanket was too warm. It's like really damp, and so the blanket was too warm. But if I didn't have the blanket on, it was cold. So I think a non-down blanket would have done the trick for me last night. So I'm just kind of sitting in the tent trying to wait the bugs out. There's a lot of mosquitoes because of all the rain, I think. And I'm going to kind of let everything dry out. Let's see if you can see the mosquitoes out here. I'm on the trail. I just started. I stopped and filtered some water and filled up. Both of my 1.5 liter bottles are full, and I have a 4 liter bag in the bottom of my pack. So I got plenty of water for today. I'm probably carrying too much water, but I'd rather carry too much than... once I exit the canyon in about a half hour, there's no water, so I don't want to take any chances. Plus I could run into somebody else and need some water. So I have plenty. It's really pretty. This morning, it rained a lot last night, about 3.5 hours, and so everything's like really pretty wet, which makes the hiking nice because the sand is not soft. But it's looking real pretty this morning. I really like this spot. It's one of my favorite campsites. Up ahead you can see the head of the canyon, and then in between the two kind of rock formations you can see one of the chocolate drops. There's another side canyon here. That's not the way that I go though. But you can see up here the canyon goes that way. There's one that goes in there, and there's one that goes this way. I'm gonna check my map because I think I'm supposed to go that way. This part of the hike is really pretty. Everything in this part of the canyon looks really healthy. It's kind of shaded and cool. And I remember, as soon as you have a clear view of this thing, that's when you exit the canyon. So up I go. It's 10:30. It's very nice out. It's still kind of cool in the bottom of the canyon. I think for the rest of the day it's gonna start heating up. Kind of sad to leave the canyon. It's so pretty. It's absolutely silent down here. The only thing you can hear is like when these jets fly over, even though they're miles and miles away, they're very loud. The other day a crow was flying above my head, like higher, you know, it was up above the canyon. And I could hear its wings flapping before I could even see it. That's how quiet it is. All right, well, here's where I came up. And then you got to come up to this drainage right here. Kind of crab walked up it. Little hanging garden down here. It's really pretty. Doesn't look like there's any water, just whatever's coming out of the seep. see Ecker Butte over there. Very cool. There's the plug. Still got a ways to go to get out of this canyon. Kind of came straight down. I figured if I started slipping, I wanted to have some big rocks in the way, so I didn't just keep going. There's a cairn there. I think I go up, and then I think I go out right there, up onto the next ledge. I think that right up there is a cairn. All right, well, I see a cairn here, I see one there, and I see one up on the rocks. So this is where I go up. This is all Horse Canyon, all the white. Underneath the ledge. and it keeps going further south. That's the way I dropped in. We're officially out of the canyon. All right. Now, my plan now is to go set up camp towards the Dollhouse. Looks like it's clouding up over there. So I think I may try to find a campsite that's somewhat sheltered. This is the four-wheel drive road here. That's Lizard Rock. That's the plug. So you can see right here, this is the way to get into Horse Canyon, Pictograph Fork. This road from Land of Standing Rocks all the way to the Dollhouse is full of lithic scatter. You can see, like, it's like this the whole way. It's just like, I think this must have been a path. You know, this has always been a path and they built a road here, but I think when hunting parties were out, they would make points and stuff along the way. But the road is just absolutely littered. The whole way. Out there. You can see there's different kinds too. It looks like some of the maroon color, and then maybe some jasper or chalcedony, I don't know. But at least 3 different types of stones that they worked. So if you're an anthropology major and want to study lithic scatter in southeastern Utah, this is your place. So the storms last night have completely washed the road out. It's been like this for the last mile or so. This part is all scrubbed clean, but I think this is just normal for this road. And this view right here of the Needles is just amazing. Two big old storm cells blowing up over there. It's been going on all day. Take two. All right. Good morning from the Dollhouse. I ended up hiking in and staying at campsite number 2. There were no cars here at all, and the road was washed out, so I thought there was a good chance that these sites would be empty. I ended up taking what I thought was the least desirable of the 3, or at least the 2 that are here in the Dollhouse proper. This one's got a big mud puddle where the cars would park, and my campsite was on an anthill. So it's Saturday morning, and I'm packing up to get out of here today. I slept pretty good last night. It did rain a little bit, and I woke up for about an hour between 12:30 and 1:30, but I went back to sleep. It's been a kind of a chilly morning, I think, because of the rain and stuff, but it's nice. I'm just about all packed up. I'm going to leave in about a half hour, 45 minutes to start hiking down to Spanish Bottom to meet the pickup. It's been a really good trip. I'm excited to get home. And I got a long drive ahead of me today. I got a 9-hour drive to get home, so it's going to be a long day. But it was a good trip. I had a lot of fun and saw a bunch of new stuff. So, all right, well, I'm all done. I'm all packed up. I'm ready to head out and start heading down to Spanish Bottom. It's about 8:15. Gives me a long time, but figured I'd just go slow and take lots of pictures. And I don't want to rush, but also I don't want to be late, so I'll get going. It's a really pretty morning. You can hear the crows out, and it's real still and quiet. So wrapping up this trip. Looks like a coyote or something was digging here. Tracks are hard to tell. The trail is all washed out. I made it down. It's 9:30. I left about 8:15 from the top, and I took my time, took a lot of pictures and stuff, so about an hour is about the right amount of time. Ready to head out.